A while ago, I uploaded a video called Lifting a House Up in the Air and Adding a Floor Underneath. During an extensive renovation project in fall and winter of 2022, we decided to use two Nest cameras to record the process of lifting up a home, sliding it out of the way, digging out a full lower level floor, and then dropping it back down on the new foundation. For whatever reason, the video got a ton of views. As I record this, it's a little over 340,000. There were some questions about the project, and I said I'd do a follow-up video, so here goes. How much deeper into the ground is the house now? The basement floor is at the same depth. We couldn't go below the sewer depth, so we built the foundation higher to allow for 9-foot ceilings. How much taller is the house overall now? 3.5 feet. How much did this cost? Every house lift is unique. Call someone local to you for quotes. Concrete wasn't poured for the basement floor? Yes, it was, with vapor barrier and rigid insulation under it. Feel like the ICF blocks needed to be thicker by 3 inches to the width of a cinder block at least. Those look like above ground wall blocks, but not below ground base foundation blocks. All ICF foundations require rebar, allowing for 6.25 inches of concrete, enough for below grade support. The foam is 2.5 inches each side. How did they move it over like that? After the house is lifted, they install heavy-duty rollers under the steel beams and pull it with a skid steer. How do they know where all the anchor bolts are? They pre-drill holes in the sill plates. I am curious why a concrete vibrator wasn't used during the pour. It was. It's just not in the video. I fail to understand why they wouldn't install electric outlets along the walls, etc. That's done after using an electric chainsaw for the wire channels and a hot knife for the receptacle boxes. It's a very easy process. What about flooding? Code required a sump pump, but we are on reasonably high ground with a low water table, so flooding is very unlikely. We installed weeping tile around the perimeter going into the sump pump. Wouldn't it be cheaper to knock it down and rebuild? No. We are in an historic neighborhood, and a new build would look out of place. The house is the oldest in the area, built in 1868. We were not only able to preserve it, but it was a lot less than building new. Wouldn't it be cheaper to take the roof off and build up? It's an Ontario cottage. It would ruin the style of the house. Plus, it was more important to rebuild the bad foundation. The end result is a 1,400 square foot, 3-bedroom apartment with 9-foot ceilings. Aren't there egress windows? Yes, all the windows are egress. Unfortunately, we can't reply to all the comments on the original video, but here are just a few more honorable mentions. @JW Ball said, "Cool time lapse, but they're out by about 5 inches on the corner of the entryway at 1935. Well, that explains why the house collapsed immediately after it was dropped down on the foundation. @JohnDowney9385 said, "What's the point of setting up a camera, then parking a ruddy big truck in front of it, so nobody can see what's going on? If you look really hard, the truck will actually turn transparent, but you have to watch the video 50 times and hit subscribe for that to work." @KellySimmons5945 said, "Could you find a more annoying soundtrack? Sure, how's this?" @PaulWare7852 said, "First of all, you did not add another floor to the house. All you did was rebuild the basement, misleading again, liars on the internet, liars on YouTube. Oh well, what do I expect?" Did you happen to, by any chance, watch the video? There is no basement to start with, unless you consider a tiny Lovely Bones room to be a basement. @MSJom123 said, "That music was just awful to listen to. Here's a pro tip." @Presario4444 said, "Nice job. However, the background music you chose is hideous. It just drones on and on and on. How about the next video, something that does not drone on to the same beat almost 20 minutes? Sure, how's this?" @EdwardFast4525 said, "No rebar. Actually, yes rebar. This isn't licorice that they're cutting." @MRMRSD224 says, "Canada equals dictatorship, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. I'm with you, bud. Just the other day I jaywalked and they sent 3 SWAT teams to take me down." @SomeGuyDino6770 said, "Dem dudes musta have balls o' steel to be wiking under der that's faux show." I couldn't agree more. @Tom's Backyard Workshop said, I sure hope it's a fisheye lens because those walls look so crooked. Oh no, you might be right. The walls are all curved like giant bananas. I think the house is gonna have to be torn down. At Leon R 1985 said, "This kinda looks like my house in Fallout 4. Well, that probably explains why my Geiger counter melted when I approached the house." At Dorothy Serstead 9238 said,
War bessig Eintritt eingelenkt, aber ich finde diese Aktion sehr nötig, schaltet das Bildung alle Arbeiten Insekten bis zum Einzug.
I hope this follow-up video was informative. I will be sure to post another follow-up video in 19 months. Thanks for watching.